a slow start in my head. You came and went every night.
Hey, what's up? Let's get this music down a bit here. Let's try minus 20 something, should be fine, like that. Hey, welcome, glad you can make it. Let's see. So this is an interesting stream because we're gonna talk about more of this today, but I switched to Linux like overnight. And getting all this set up on Linux is a fucking pain in the buttocks. It's a pain in Reno. Yeah, I know, right? I was a Windows guy for so long, but I didn't have a choice, or I did have a choice, but I guess we'll get straight into it and talk some more about it. Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? So glad people could join. Love it. I think today's stream is going to be largely discussion based, so if you have any topic or anything you want to talk about, bring it up. I'll try to give my input on it, for sure. Hey, thanks man. Appreciate it. Turkey, eh? I've been there like twice. Yeah, been there twice on vacation. Solid food. We are going to talk REvil today, for sure. The REvil takedown. There's definitely been some interesting stuff going on last week, for sure. Obviously, we're not going to go too political, but pretty cool. Yeah, correct. That's literally could be the title of the stream, the REvil distraction. And it's succeeding, at least in the InfoSec environment. And there's a lot of questions to be asked to the whole thing. I mean, obviously, we can't say that everything the Russian authorities or whatever say is either lie or true, but and I mean, for all we know, these aren't the, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see if I can share my screen here. So I got this super jank setup. So you know, on my old setup when I used Windows, I could use NVIDIA Broadcast to do this AI magic to remove my background, right? Because I don't have no green screen. But obviously Linux, there's no NVIDIA Broadcast, right? So I'm doing a really jank setup where I'm using Zoom to replace my background, and then I replace that background with the green screen, and then I capture window capture Zoom from OBS and chroma key it with OBS. So it's a super sketch setup, but it works. Kind of hacky, I guess that's the name of the game, right? Yeah, but it works. Yep, works. Okay, yeah. Hey, Rasta in the chat as well. Awesome, man. Yeah, so Olaf says that after the REvil takedown, the next day, Conte posted several new targets. Seems they don't care. I mean, I imagine the REvil guys must be a bit pissed. Like, I'm just assuming that they're well aware, wherever. Wow, English. I'm just assuming that they knew that what they did wasn't going to be hit. You know what I mean? That they just assumed that the Russian government would never actually go take them down. So they was probably a bit like pissed, like, hey, we have been doing your doing for the last X years or whatever. Were you taking down us, right? I guess they just got too much attention. Russia don't like that. For all we know, it's not even like, yeah. I'm not gonna. I could put my tinfoil hat on and say that it's all a conspiracy and that they, you know, might not even be the real guys actually taking down, but that Russia was just looking to blame someone. Yeah, 100%. Legit. The time you wrote it as I said it all up. Yeah, you could theorize if you want to put a conspiracy hat on, just saying that, you know, this takedown was staged, that they were taken down and then immediately shipped off to whatever Russian ATP headquarters and just working out of the bunker there, you know. Because as you say, you know, if this was, I'm not saying it wasn't real, but like if if this was what we think it is, it should affect the other Russian actors. It should be a message saying that, you know, Russia is willing to take you down if you go in too deep. And, you know, based on what you say, you know, the day after your country doesn't give a fuck. I mean, who knows, right? I would just like to know, like, what level of OPSEC these guys are working at. I mean, do they? I saw like a blockchain account where they haven't even verified their email, which looks super sus. And they had like a bet of money, which, I mean, money laundering would state that that would have been traced and tracked. I mean, I'm just wondering if they didn't even give a fuck because they were like, they felt blessed by the Russian government, so they didn't care. I'll look into the sample spread on REvil, but for others I haven't. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops. And obviously it's just a game. Like, they're just trying to take... I would my assumption is that they're just trying to take away attention from the real crisis going on with the Ukraine stuff, right? They're just trying to flood the news, the headlines with that. And it's definitely some tension going on right now. There were definitely some... at least pro-Russian attacks against Ukraine infrastructure a couple of days ago, defacing websites and whatnot, which, you know, whenever we're talking about defacing, it just sounds skittish or just smells skittish all the way, right? But politics, yeah, they're just trying to get the attention away. So, but what I wanted to talk, what I thought was fucking scary, which is the main reason I switched to Linux. Literally at like 3 a.m. at night, I just fuck it, I'm moving over. Was the yeah, so much for staying away from politics. That's true though. This literally, this right here literally got me to switch from Windows at the, like, within an hour after seeing this tweet. Let me share here. Try to share. Okay, does it work? Oh. We're working with something. This right here literally got me to switch at the hour. Like, obviously we know that hackers or criminals has been going after threat actors. I mean, no, not threat actors. After cybersecurity researchers for a while. I think the major thing I recalled from last year was that some Chinese hacker or threat actor started to attempt to have conversation with like high-level researchers on Twitter and trying to make them verify his exploit or whatever, which was basically Visual Studio backdoor, right? If I recall correctly, I think so. Let me see if I can make this chat box a bit bigger. I think there was something like that. Just put it down here for now. And, you know, that's scary, but it seems very targeted, and it's still like a fish, you know what I mean? So you still have to. Before it was an Xcode one, right? So it's still, the thing is that didn't scare me as much because it's like, even though it's scary fish, and, you know, a lot of people probably got that or got hit by that, I still feel like we're in control of, in terms of being able to tell that it's fake. But this right here, this stuff right here, where the threat actor is presumably one actor or one guy goes in and creates all of these fake domains, like solid domains. Look at this, like torfiles.net, dnspy.dev, obsstudio.net, like literally the only difference being the line between. Sandboxes.com, I think the original, the actual one is like sandboxes-pro. something. It's like, yeah, and this scared me. This scared the, like, literally scared me, because this is presumably, like, obviously you're hitting more people that you might be less interested in, right? You're not necessarily hitting any high-level, top-level researchers, but you might be able to hit somebody working for the same company, right? Turns internet off. No, this is literally scary, and this probably hits you close to home as well, Rastamas. I can only assume that you've used, you know, obviously OBS Studio, DNSpy, Streamlabs, example, like. This hits home to as well. Like 3 days before this, I formatted my Windows computer to like mark the new year, and I literally downloaded like 3 or 4 of these tools. Obviously, I checked my history like a madman to check if I downloaded it from the correct sources, and I did not hit any of these sources. But I was like, I could have. I mean, if the ads on Google were correct, I could have got nuked. I could have got fucked. And if you're a Windows researcher guy, I'm betting you, I'm almost able to bet money that one of the first things you do before you plug in any of your X amount of external hard drives is to nuke Windows Defender. Because you have so many projects lying on those hard drives that you don't want Windows Defender to nuke. So you nuke Defender before you even connect them. I'm almost willing to bet you money that's what you do. So these, these wouldn't even have to be undetectable. This wouldn't have to be advanced at all. So, yeah, no, this scared me a bit. So I formatted and switched over to Linux. My entire workstation is now Linux just because they scared me. Olaf saying some of my colleagues only work in VMs and other have one per role. Dev, office, red per client. Interesting, quite some overhead, but safer. Yeah. So I did practice something like that, but I still had some tools and some basics running on like the main workstation OS. So I think if you're going to practice something like that, you would probably run like the main Windows OS super vanilla, like we're talking like Outlook Office, that's it, and obviously some sort of EDR gathering solution. But yeah, no, I just I have so much power overhead on my computer. I have a really beefed up computer, so I don't have an issue just running the VMs and just doing it from Linux through VMs when I do my development stuff. I have like 2 major internal projects that I maintain at TrustedSec right now, developer-wise, and that's fine. Like I can do that from a Windows VM. And then all of the payload testing and stuff obviously was done in VMs from before, so it's like, yeah. No, this scared the fuck out of me. I didn't like this at all. And it sort of just, ooh, bragging right. So I have a 3090, 64 gigs of 3600 megahertz RAM, and then I don't have the top spec AMD processor, but I have the 5800X. I don't have the 550. Yeah, I spent way too much money on this PC when I built it. I wanted it to last forever. Obviously, I know that that's not possible, but I don't recall which series I have the processor. I think it's the one with 12 cores. Yeah, I checked the pricing. I was really lucky and got a 3090 at launch or in the beginning, so I could probably just sell that 3090 and make money at it right now, but I'm probably not going to. Cool, nice learning curve too. Worked on Linux for over 8 years full time. Now Mac with some hardening on several VMs, but more convinced, but also less targeted. Don't have the cool tools. Ooh, that's solid though. First gen Threadripper is definitely still a solid option, especially for virtualization. I don't play any games more on this. I actually, okay, this is going to sound sassy, but I actually bought a dedicated computer for gaming a couple of weeks back, like 4 weeks back before Christmas. So I have like this, which is my work Linux development, and I have like a separate computer for gaming. And that sounds sassy, but oh, okay, I gotta upgrade my RAM now. I can't have less RAM than rest of mouse. Fuck. I gotta go 256 then. no, the gaming one is only a 360 Ti, I think. So yeah. So I did look into KVM switch. The issue about using, so I did look into KVM, having a KVM switch. I know Odvar has a KVM switch, so I could easily switch between like my working and gaming machine and have the same peripherals and computer monitor and stuff. The thing is that gaming mice is going to get like, their latency is going to get nuked when you throw them through a KVM switch, because the KVM switch, like if you haven't used one before, you would think that they actually hardware swap out the inputs and outputs. It doesn't. It virtualizes it. So the KVM switch would actually host like the driver for the keyboard and mouse, and then it would handle the switching on its side. It wouldn't actually switch the hardware in and out. So that's why I couldn't go KVM if I want. I do FPS gaming, so that's why I couldn't go KVM. Or else I definitely would. It would save me a buck or 2 or 3. But yeah. No, Olaf, regarding Mac, I also wanted to. I tried actually going Mac because I have a Mac issued by TrustedSec. I was kind of stupid when I selected that Mac, but I got the M1 Mac, the first generation MacBook Pro M1 from TrustedSec when I started. And it's a brilliant machine, but obviously you can't do 64-bit virtualization on it because that would be emulation. You can do Windows 11 on ARM virtualization, and then you could use the emulation built on that, but it's just basically just like your overhead in terms of computing power is just out the window. So I did actually try to use the Mac and have the Mac docked and use the basically Mac as an RDP machine and then have everything, but the fucking keyboard layout on Mac, I would literally have to throw away everything I have and then force myself to learn it. I want to smash that Mac when I fuck up the special characters. M1 Max is sweet though. A lot of people at TS have M1 Max. Yeah, I think, or M1 Pro, I'm not sure. At least they have the latest, yeah. At least they have the latest MacBooks, and they say that even when you virtualize Windows 11 on ARM, and then you emulate Visual Studio, say, on that ARM machine, or that Windows 11 image, it's still usable. I'm not too sure that's going to be usable with bigger projects, but, I mean, they say it's usable, so... I mean, Microsoft could solve this whole thing by just fucking fixing their Windows 11 on ARM licensing, which I'm told they're going to do, so we could actually run Windows 11 on ARM on Mac, bare metal. And then, if somebody, please God, would make a Visual Studio ARM, which again, I think they could do, like all of their stuff is cross-platform now, basically. If they could do that on ARM, that would be great. That would just solve all the issues. I play CSGO, Counter-Strike Go. I have a lot of hours on Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike Go Global Offensive. Yeah. Have you guys seen the REvil takedown video? It's pretty cool. It's obviously flashy. Like they... Okay, so it's blocked by an agreement. Will expire soon. Because I love the fact that people complain to Apple about not being able to run Windows on 11 on ARM because they just... I think they locked down the, what's it called, boot camp, so you can't even run it. And then they basically just blame Microsoft, saying, hey, you gotta fix your licensing issue. This is in Microsoft's ballpark now. Go to them and scream and make them fix it. Which I guess is true if they're blocked by some sort of legal agreement. Lots of leopard skin. Let's see if we can find the REvil takedown video. So it's obviously flashy. I'll show the video first, and then we can talk about some of the techniques that they use to avoid them burning evidence, which is pretty cool. So let's see if we can actually see this video. That'd be great. Where's the apologies, guys. Is it this? There we go. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do full screen here. It's video watching time. Like, this is a properly shitty apartment, like, honestly. Maybe I'm not saying that... You obviously, I guess all people have seen the Russian ransomware guys with, like, Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Porsches and stuff. I wouldn't live that life, I think, if I were a threat actor. But, yeah. Like, I'm seeing... This was a nicer apartment. Grabs popcorn. I believe to have Red Qualcomm help them port Windows RAM, so they have negotiated exclusive for X amount of time. Okay, I should probably turn down the music a bit. This music makes this 10 better. So this, look at this. Yeah, this music is pretty hard, bad, not great. Not gonna lie. Let me try if I can, like, we're doing like full anime time here. Okay. So this is interesting. Blockchain.com, confirm your email address to properly secure your account. Is this a good... So my question to you guys is this terrible OPSEC in terms that somebody, you know... I'm assuming that they use some sort of temporary email account to this then? Would that be the assumption? Or are they just... Like, why wouldn't you... I'm just thoughts on this. Is this bad OPSEC? Is this good OPSEC? Is this? It's just to not get caught. It's just because, you know, whatever. Fake as fuck. How much is this? Is that the Russian dollar sign? 1 ruble. Okay. So that's 6 million ruble. So ruble to US. Let's do 6698728. Oh, that's a lot of money, unless I fucked up here. 66989. That's like fucking 87. Yeah, no, that's 80k, not 90k. Sorry, I had one extra zero there. That's 90k. Almost. That's a decent amount of money that I guess to have in crypto at any given time. I think this is pretty sick. And I have questions about this. How the fuck do you actually like? How do you? Obviously, I'm not a criminal, so I don't know. How the fuck do you actually like get this amount of money, like in terms of cash value, without being caught in some sort of like money laundering law or whatever? I'm in the ring profession. So what I noticed about this video, which is cool, is that like, let's see if I can find the timestamp. This is pretty cool. So I think what's happening here is that this guy is mimicking like a postman or something, or some sort of service personnel that knocks on the door and takes them to the door, and then they gotta get him before they try to ruin evidence, right? So they get him instantly. I think this is just a sort of a tactic deployed to try to... Oh, they have a woman as well. What the fuck? They have a woman behind him? What the fuck is that about? Okay, my theory here... My theory goes wrong here because I have no idea what they're trying to give him with that woman and that post... Man, but yeah, they're obviously trying to like lure him to the door to get him down on the ground before they try to destroy evidence. Which is, you know, if they tried to knock the door in, they would have time to destroy evidence. But what the fuck is this? Like, what's the theory here? Put your tinfoil hats on, people. What's going on here? Why is there a woman and a postman? If we're assuming this guy's a postman, what is the story here? What's the pretext for this? I'm assuming that if this woman was somehow... So I thought of maybe this woman is somehow related to the guy on the inside, or... But then they would probably blur her face. He's just there waiting, right? And then he goes... I saw this same thing on the first video here as well. You see that guy on the left? This guy on the left is also mimicking some sort of service personnel, I'm assuming. They don't have a package though. Where's their fucking package to deliver? Maybe they literally just knocked on his door. Yeah. They didn't even bother to give him like a fake package. They literally just knocked on the door and he opened up and they got him. All the policemen are dressed up to make them like, if there's any cameras and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like, you think it's fake? Could be fake, 100%. Like, it could be fake, like... It could totally be fake. I'm just not saying what the Gremlin would... Okay, I said we wouldn't go political, but apparently we're going political. I'm just saying that... Yeah, they took them down claiming it's because of the US corporation or US pressure or whatever, right? But what would they gain from faking it? Why not just take them down? Like, it's not like... You know what I mean? Just trying to see, like, the pros and cons of both of this. 'Cause told to be fake, 100%. Like, it could totally be fake. I'm just not saying what the Gremlin would... Okay, I said we wouldn't go political, but apparently we're going political. I'm just saying that... Yeah, they took them down claiming it's because of the US corporation or US pressure or whatever, right? But what would they gain from faking it? Why not just take them down? Like, it's not like... You know what I mean? It would be so interesting to know at like what level of OPSEC these guys were reassigning them to other jobs. Sure, that could be it. Yeah, I'm not sure if these guys. So are these guys like when they refer to the REvil gang? Is that like all the service providers needed to do their operations? Are we talking, everything from the guys actually selling the ransomware used? Are we talking initial access people? Are we talking support people handling the negotiations afterward? Are they claiming that they captured all of them related to REvil? Or honestly, I don't even, I haven't done enough research to even say if REvil was their own supplier of their own ransomware, if they just used some sort of rebrand of it, or if REvil was the one supplying. I haven't really checked that much out. Pretty cool though. Cool to see this stuff happen. Or it's not cool, obviously. It's not great. It's not cool, but it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool to see. Dallas. Do they have a video from the Ukraine bust as well? Oh wow, ads. Thank you. Level of OPSEC. I believe all ransomware gangs are required to register with the Russian government and get a ransomware listing. So, OPSEC 100%. That would be the best OPSEC, not having any, because the Russians are like, that's fine. Let's see, is there any video from the bust? So we can assume this is an actual real bust, right? But like, what the fuck? Why would they do this? This gives them like how much time to basically nuke all their stuff? Unless they weren't home. It would be interesting to know what is real and what is not, but it's just high games all over the place, I guess, right? Anyhow, cool. So there's some other stuff I wanted to bring up here, Rino. If you wish to try it live. Ooh, okay. Skellsuck is giving me sneak peeks at stuff here. So I'll guess the context here. So he's working on something called Octopon. You guys want to know? I said Pune for so long. I still say Pune sometimes. I think I said Punes at like my first or second meeting with TS, and everybody was like, "Yeah, it's not Pune, it's Pond or whatever, like owned Pond." This is cool. I'm assuming I have to log in, Skullsack, right? Pawn. Pawn? It's hard. I like to say owned instead, just to avoid the whole dilemma. This is pretty cool. Let's see. Let's check this out. Let me just move away here. I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to show, whatever. Cool. Can everybody access this? Scout saying, or okay. Do you want everybody to access this, or do you want to whitelist my IP, or? I'm assuming as soon as I start accessing this, people are going to hit that URL pretty hard, or like hit that URL. So. Oh, okay. I'll just say it's process side. Cloud side. Cool. No REvil samples in the last 24 hours in my sources. Okay, so samples. Wouldn't REvil would probably go out and make a statement as well, right? If it's fake, don't you think? Don't you think so? To fuck with the Russian government. Okay, let's see if we can understand this. Okay, so Scaltsack shared Octopawn owned Octopond. And I think everybody can access it. That wasn't a worry. I had no idea how this works or what to do. So let's see if my initial impressions here can get this up and running. Don't give me any clues, Scaltsack. So read the README. Okay. Start your proxy app on the local host. That's optional. Okay, so I probably need some sort of application to run. This project is in beta, has a limited, so advice to keeping an eye on the browser developer console. If you wish to project, blah, 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 port in industries, how it works. Open the web page, we'll download a Python interpreter, Pinode. Okay, did I get a pilot interpreter? Oh, and it's down. And I lost internet. Give me a second. We need testers. Let's see if I can fix the internet connection here. Cool. So I'm guessing I would have to install this then. I'm gonna install it on the GitHub repo. Hashtag. Hey, I'm just trying to come up with content here. You know as good as me how hard it is to actually come up with content. Content is hard. Streaming the pressure, that's fine. Fucking up on stream, that's fine. Coming up with content, that's difficult. Difficult to know. After installing, you should have a binary called VSS server. VSNet? Nope. Python 3 setup install, probably. Permissions denied. You're backdooring my system now. Content is hard though. Build probably. You might have to help me out there. I think I'm a noob. After installing, you should have a new binary called VSS server. Oh, I'm missing an S. I'm stupid. I'm missing an S. Okay, cool. So I'm running that. Then I click start. Loading PyDoodle. Something's happening. Hey, okay, something happened. Cool. Running okay, enter command here. Help. Ooh. So this is like an all-in-one framework for owning. So everything just is localized. I'm guessing creds and stuff is just saved. So, okay, so I would probably start off by scanning something, right? So let me try to see if I can find like scan, nmap maybe? Oops. I should probably read more of the README. up pentest tools in your browser. We do the packaging for you. The proxy binary changes. Blah blah. Pycats, dpoppy. So I'm seeing SMB finger. So SMB finger. Use the clients first, or Pipecats parse LSAS. Add cred, add proxy chain, add target. Okay, add target. Okay, let's see if I can get my stream Windows machine up and going here. Beautiful, Dave. I probably need to make that. Yep. Oh, no scanners. Okay, no worries. You're getting my raw impressions here, which are probably just trash, but I'll try. 203, okay, and I'll probably give it a host name. So I can do none probably. Add target. Oh, we got a new target. Whoop whoop. Can I like right click it and stuff? No, I cannot. Pycats main. Util. So I have to load util first probably? That's what it sounds like. I'll have to like load util. Adds in new target. Create new client. Create chain. Create client. Create new client. Create scanner. Okay. What sort of scanner type do I have? Create scanner SMB? Create scanner TCP? Create scanner Nmap? I don't know, help me. Add target, add cred, create client. Okay. So add target, add cred. Add a new target. Okay, where's add cred? I wish this was... Okay, there we go. This makes it a bit easier. Create scanner. CS scanner type. Where's the add cred? Oh, there we go. Add cred. Add cred. Username with domain. So that would probably be legitcorp slash... no, this isn't domain joined. Streamlab. So let's see if this works for non-domain joined devices, eh? Breaking your stuff immediately. Why did I copy this in two parts? Jesus. I don't think this even has a password, so I probably has to set a password. Net user, administrator. Let's use password like that. Password. Of course. Net user, administrator. Give it a password. I can type. There we go. Net user administrator active. Yes. Right. And now I should probably be able to log in with administrator. Administrator and the password. Secret type. By default, that looks to be password. New credentials added. Interesting. That pops up there. No, that's the wrong credentials. Ooh, so it Why did that fuck up? That's interesting. Okay, no, that's default. Okay, so you're showing default pass 1 to true. Okay, you want me to use 2? Ah, okay, cool. Cool. And then you were talking about, so this turned into me trying to create SMB client. Okay, create client SMB 000. Ooh, something failed. Target either, yeah, target would be 0, credit would be 0. I'm missing a 0, aren't I? Yeah. 0 is not a valid SMB off type. Okay, so it's complaining about the off type. So what would be a valid A type? Ah, you are correct. Credit should be 2. There we go. Unknown target either. That is because I didn't give it a target either. Target ID would be 0. Unknown target either. Fucking up the amount of zeros? No. C type, A type, 0, 0, cred either, 2, target either, 0. What am I fucking up the first 2? Oh, create to add NTLM. So that's a C type. That's a connection type, obviously, NTLM. And then A type, what is that? A type. Add the off type. Wow, I'm failing so hard. It's so fun. So there's still like an odd type I have to off, or can I list out the C and A types? That should be listable somewhere, right? Okay. No, I got you. It makes sense now. Create client, SMB, and then NTLM, and then 2, and then 0. There we go. Sorry about that. Cool. List users in the domain. Okay, so what we're getting to somewhere here. Just gonna hide this for now, right? Oh, I can open it in a separate window. Nice. Cool, because this isn't that useful anymore. Feedback noted. Okay. So this isn't domain joined, so I could probably do services. Login, okay. Okay, I'm assuming login needs more parameters. Login, connect plus login. So that didn't work, eh? Can I do help and then whatever I'm trying to get help with? No. A 0 is missing. Later, Olaf. Oh, thanks for jumping in. Let me know if you find any REvil samples. AO is missing. Okay. So login O being for this session. Login 2? No. Login. Connect plus login. Yeah, it doesn't need to have any parameters. Okay, so this reset now. Create SMB client 00. Create client SMB and tell them authentication and 2 and 00. Oh, okay. So I have to reconnect. Okay. Is that what... Oh, I probably shouldn't have disconnected this window. Gotta wait for it to come back up. Just gonna start the coffee maker. A second here. Would you guys be interested in seeing some Hack the Box in the future, maybe? I haven't touched... Sorry if you didn't hear that, give me a second. So I used to be pretty decent. I have to reload this now. Let's start this over again. There we go. Why isn't enter? Okay, so it's still loading. It probably connected and then I restarted the V server and it fucked up. Let's try again. This is what happens when users gets to do your stuff. They break it every time, man. So Hack the Box is cool. And I could probably do some. I just haven't done it in such a long while. You missed start the proxy before hitting start. It's connected now, right? Just waiting for the credential stuff to pop up. Because I can't do any stuff yet. Hack the Box would be cool, but it's the thing is about Hack the Box. Like I've seen, like after I stopped playing Hack the Box, everything's just so much more difficult because it's a very specific mindset. Did you do laboratory on Hack the Box though? Hey, what's up? Oh, I can't quite see your name. The blue is so hard to read. Oops, I'm moving stuff. Ah. Yeah, it's probably loading the sessions and stuff. Did you do laboratory on Hack the Box though? I did not. I haven't done... I think... Let's see. Let's see find my old... Hey, there we go. Cybersec, hey, welcome, man. Welcome to the party. I haven't been logged on to Hack the Box in so long. Let's see. Oh, is it hackthebox.com now, finally? Or am I getting fished? Let's see if I get fished. I didn't get fished. Cool. So I haven't been... So I am a guru. I am a guru at Hack the Box. Cool. Has it been decommissioned? Can I try it on stream? Laboratory. Let's be machines here. Blah blah blah. Retired machines. Laboratory. That could be cool. There we go. Laboratory. How do I reset the database now, Skullsack? Cool. It got a decent rating as well. Oh, this is an easy box, and the guy spent 1 hour and 48 minutes to get the first flag? Darn. That's not what I remember an easy box was. I was pretty good at Hack the Box. I did. That's like how I got into cybersecurity. I just nerded Hack the Box for like a part of my life. Oh, why did... And they picked it as easy? Wow. Oh, okay. That's true though. Everybody has different opinions. Some boxes probably different. I mean, like medium and let's see. Can I like delete the? How can I clear the session? Yeah, I haven't touched hack. I don't think I've done a hack the box in like years, literally years. It would be cool to go back into it, but I'm probably just going to fail so hard the first 5 boxes because it's a total different mindset. Like, I'm not gonna say like it isn't realistic or whatever. Because like you're hoaxing your skills, but I mean, it's yeah, no, it's just different. It just is. So you have to get into the specific mindset. Then reload the window. Oh, I killed the proxy though. Okay, I have to reconnect them. Connecting, then the files will pop up, I'll delete them, and then we're good to go. Unless I actually did delete them. Oh, there we go. We're back, running okay, cool. Okay, so first we have to add target then, right? Let's get up the help menu here. So add target, and then just the IP, 192.168.1.206, I think it was. And then add credentials, so that's probably add creds. And then the, where's that? Add CC. Add credentials, or is it just CC? Add target, add. Where the fuck is add creds? I can't see it. Is it CC? No, that's something else. I'm blind, people. I'm blind. Del cred. So it gotta be add cred. So it gotta be towards the top. There we go. Add cred. Username. So it will be this entire thing here. And then / administrator. Add cred / administrator. And then the password, right? Yep, password. And then secret type is going to be password by default, so we can add that. So we got our credentials added. And then we can create the client of authentication type. Where is it? Jesus, create client of credential type. Oh, those are shorting. Create client, which is of type SMB, and then authentication type NTLM. Credential ID 0 for the first credentials, and then target ID 0. Run that. There we go. And now we should be able to do login here. And I'm getting an error. So what did I do wrong? Might not be allowing remote logins though. So might have to look at this and prepare something for a later time. No, I'm all for, you know, making a fool of myself on stream, you know. I do that every Sunday, but no. You missed set proxy. Oh, set proxy, of course, because it can't connect all the way around. Okay. So, is that... Let's see. Sure thing. Start your proxy app. Verify proxy IP. Proxy. Add proxy. Okay. I missed all the information. 3 zeros, please. Sub cybersec. I love making a fool of myself. I'm trolling at this point. 3 zeros, okay. Words are hard. Words are always going to be hard. Let's see what rest of us has been up to lately. Sharp C2. If he committed anything cool. Usually he like tweets it, but I have a feeling all the really cool stuff he doesn't tweet out. Nine days ago. Funding.yaml. He's such a money craving guy, eh? Kidding, of course. You gotta make a living. Super hyped for those new labs, by the way. You want to like sneak share something? You want to advertise them on my stream? Like sneak the title, leak it, go. Yeah, you might have to. I didn't actually go through the entire README though, but maybe usually on the tools I create internally, I make like a 0 to 100 guide on like how to compromise the computer with them to show how they work. So I would probably make like a usage example, targeting machine X, and then showing, you know, all the steps you would do to target the machine using SMB or whatever to log into it, right? That because that usually that doesn't just list commands and it sort of shows the flow, because and it shows a lot of what you thought about. Obviously, you thought, you know, in a very object-oriented way where you create the different objects and then you activate and touch those objects. But like, yeah. And I think, so my feedback would be that the explanations get so messy in here. So maybe when I type help, just maybe show the commands and then have help the command to explain the command better. Because I know this is like super alpha beta release. I'm not giving you a hard time or anything. Just letting you know that it's very difficult for me to like orient if, okay, this is obviously the start and this is the explanation. Where does the explanation end and the new command start? You know what I mean? So that'd be cool. Other than that, I think the layout is pretty dope. I like the structure of having targets and credentials and all that, and then working your way through the thing with them. That's pretty cool. I honestly, I don't, yeah. I'm doing a training in February. I don't recall where I bought it. No, I think I bought it from BC Security. That's where I spent, like, I had to use the rest of the training budget I had from last year. So I bought, yeah, after the Oscar, of course. So I bought like their training from BC Security late February, and I think it's, you have to sort of pick your C2 that you want to use in the beginning. I'm going to be using Sharp C2. People are probably going to be using Cobalt. People are probably going to be using Empire to fanboy, but nope. I'm using Sharp C2 on that training, 100%. Hope maybe I'll even schmack out some model. I'm mad. No. Maybe I'll even schmack out some modules halfway through. What course was it? I think it was advanced. I think it was advanced threat emulation, red teaming. Yeah. So Sharp C2 is probably going to have everything I need. Hundreds of repo. Me just smashing out issues through the entire lab. Feature drone to team server keying. Man the middle prevention. Yeah. Logging of operating commands and associated output. look at this. Literally the same day. One guy complains. Yeah, when is the like rootkit? You gotta create a rootkit with this, right? C# rootkit, let's go. Oh, this is cool though. I haven't tried it in a while. I love the unhook stuff. I saw that your tweet about being able to not only unhook your own functions, but also detect the currently hooked functions in the process. That's really neat. That's really cool. I mean, fucking Cobalt Strike doesn't even have that by default, if I recall correctly. So, honestly, I don't know why Cobalt Strike still sells as it does. Like, there's so many good alternatives now. I think I would buy, like, what's it called? Brute Ratel by Parallel Ninja. I think I would buy that, like, 3 times over Cobalt Strike at this point. I know Cobalt Strike is a tried and true the little C2 and that it works and that it's stable and it's great and all that, but it's like, from a features perspective, I just feel that it's dead. I feel like they're maintaining a dead product. Like, yeah, I just feel like they're not innovating to the point what I would expect from what we're paying for it. That's my personal opinion, obviously, not representing my employer when saying that. That's just my personal opinion. If I were to start my own company today and I were to buy a C2 license, I would 100% buy Brute Hotels. Just because the amount of support and development, active development into it is probably going to make your life easier when you want stuff. But I just feel like, yeah, it's good though. Cobalt Strike is stable. It's not that. It's just that, yeah. I feel like they're selling a product which you have to add so much third-party and community-based stuff to, and then at the same time they sort of aren't you paying for custom poofs rather than just the product itself? Right, that's sort of that's correct. So they created the whole buff thing, a reserve thing. Maybe people don't like to transition because there's so many frameworks and tools built. That is true. I mean, Cobalt Strike definitely has a bunch of community support. But, I mean, I think all other commercially sold C2s at this point supports buff loading. I know Brutatel has it. I know Nighthawk has it. I know the stuff by Outflank has buff loader. But, you know, I agree there's a lot of community support around it. A lot of stuff built on top of it. But I just feel like when you're paying that much for a product, and you, like, the essentials are basically dead from a detection standpoint. There are very, very few, especially fork and run modules. I get you can configure them, but like, bet you could run out of the box not getting fucked. That is true. CS definitely has like the commercial and business standpoint to it. The report generation is something I've never ever delivered and or used the report generated by CS ever. Didn't they just do away with FNR in the latest version? Fork and run? Did they? Maybe I'm just an uneducated fool talking crap here. Let's see. When is the last release? Cobalt Strike. Release. Release notes. So the last release was 14th of December. And then they added more hooks for aggressor scripts. Added support for explicit process injection to post-exploitation job. Yeah, so they didn't, they might be want to move away from it, but I think what the main thing they did, I have to read the whole thing, it seems like they just allowed you to now specify, haven't they always done that? Haven't, oh, I thought they always done that, allow you to specify what API call you want to use when you do post-exploitation. Maybe that's just for... I thought that was for forking runs. You're talking about like the documentation or the reporting stuff that the C2 produces, Rasta? Like other C2s have forking runs as well. It isn't that. It's just that like, say if you let's say, okay, let me ask you this: would you ever get away with anything if you just ran Cobble Strike Vanilla against like, sure, you could do the malleable profile, but let's say you didn't have the enumeration buff that TrustedSec created, right? Basic enumeration stuff would kill your fork and run rise. I just like it. Great, it has community support. It does. They don't need to produce that because the community produces it. But still, it's like, I just feel like I haven't tested Brutal Hotel. I've never used it. I've just seen the documentation and seen the support and seen like it seems like he is doing a lot more innovation development wise than Cobble Strike is doing per release. Yeah, Cobble Strike has a larger client intel or client base and therefore has to have a much more stable product. Might explain why they're not doing that. Well, I mean, when threat active players are still using Shell, oh my, who gives a fuck? Well, that is true. That's like when you see that and you're like, yeah, our red team is like top notch and uses all the latest coolest tricks, and then fucking Conte comes in and like, you're Shell, who am I? Shell hostname, net user, add local group to administrator. Like, what the? Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is going on? It makes me sad, honestly. But that's just the reality of it. Yeah, it's true. It is. I still want the sharpest knife, even though I don't need it though. That's sure 90% off. Obviously, when we're using it, we go against. I still have to see what he comes up with now that he's full time. Yeah, he quit CrowdStrike. So he resigned CrowdStrike and now he does full time courses, training sessions, and his Brutal Hotel development. So I'm super hyped for that. So that last comment there. So my girlfriend is like what's it called? She's like a temp at a company right now, temporarily, and during her, because she's still in education, so she has to do like X amount of hours as a temp. And then she comes home and she like, these guys have shit she comes home and she says, these guys have a shit password policy. I got my account today. She got her temporary internal account, and the password was, I think it was a day in the week and the number behind it. That was the password. And I'm like, surely that's just a temporary password and you would have to switch when you log in, right? You would have to be enforced to switch. Nope. I'm like, surely that's just a one-time thing, and you know, everybody else doesn't have that. And she was like, yeah, before I got my account, I got loaned, I had to use others' accounts, and everybody had the same password. That just makes me sad. It makes me like, I don't know what to say. Like, yeah. It's scary because it means that a lot of companies, private and public, are so shitty at security that it's so high risk and they don't even know it. Like it's just, yeah. Makes me sad sometimes to think about. I don't see the issue. I mean, yeah. The first thing I spray for during password spraying engagement is the common fucking seasons. Winter, summer, fall, 2021, 2020, exclamation mark, at exclamation mark, like all those, right? Still works, it's insane. Unless you pay for it, of course. Unless you have Microsoft something license who employs automatic wordless blocking, whatever the fuck it's called. We talked about it at work a couple of days ago. If you have a high enough license in Microsoft, if all of your accounts have a high enough license, you get that built in, you know, because you're paying. Microsoft wants your money. They don't want to deliver no safe product, no. They just want your money. Same goes for advanced threat protection, you know. You have to have at least an E5, isn't that it? Or you have to pay for it separately, and it's hella expensive per license. I think so, right? It's just, yeah, putting our clients in the corner. Actually, I think so. I've also tested a bunch with ATP, and there's some ground rules you got to do when you test with it. The first one is that you got to wait at least half an hour after each payload execution. Get off this SharpC2 page. Because ATP is slow. ATP is hella slow. It's AI cloud magic. You gotta kick in. So between each payload you test, you gotta give it at least half an hour to do something. If you just run it, it won't kill it. Like it takes at least half an hour, or it takes somewhere around half an hour for it to do something. But if you do that, ATP is in my opinion pretty strong. Even the vanilla one is pretty strong. If you configure it, it's even better. Obviously, there's always going to be ways to get around it, but I mean, when I test against ATP specifically, I test payloads and I wait for at least 20 minutes, and then I check if there's any, you know, obviously the timestamps are going to go back to when I executed it, but the AI isn't going to, like, the logs at ATP is going to show you like every minute the last 20 minutes, and then it's going to find the detection 50 minutes ago. Yeah, shame on me. It's no, isn't it? No, that's wrong. Oh, it's a Defender for Endpoint. I thought it was Microsoft Identity Protection or something, right? Defender identity. Yeah. Tomorrow we are both going to be wrong because they're probably going to change the name again tomorrow. I like the name ATP. That's ATA, right? Like, it's, yeah. I really liked Advanced Threat Protection. I think that was a good name. And then they fucked up with identity in it, and it just really, I mean, who comes up with this? Like, who gets paid to fuck up their naming scheme every now and then? I had the same thing in Azure. When I worked as an Azure developer, their internal naming for a lot of the services, early Azure, would just change every fucking week. The intern. Okay, you're a new intern at Microsoft. You get to choose which name we're gonna go with this year, or month, or week. Yeah, Microsoft. The only company who can get away with shipping a vulnerable by default system to everybody. How do you secure Active Directory? You turn off NTLM authentication. What happens if you turn off NTLM authentication? Literally every third-party software ever in your on-prem system is going to stop working. Except Ubuntu. Oh yeah, it might be bonus related. You get like a bonus multiplier if you manage to find a good reason to rename your product every year. Could be, literally could be. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I'm super excited to use Sharp 2. Hashtag sponsored, hashtag sponsor me. I'm super excited to use Sharp 2 during my next engagement. Hashtag sponsor me. Yeah, extra point. If you have a good enough reason to like round up the version number, need money for cheese. Yeah. Gonna be cool. Cool. How many patrons does Rasta has? Rasta Hassan. Oh wow. Oh, I get a black hat, dude. That's like unethical subscription plan right there. Black hat. Are you trying to incriminate me, Rasta? What? I bet all the like REvil and Monty guys, Conti guys use Patreon subscriptions to whitewash their money like this. 100%. That could actually be a good way of whitewashing. I shouldn't have said that. That could literally be a good way to money launder. Patreon, fake Patreon accounts. Rumbled. Maybe at Microsoft they rename their products so that leadership no longer recognizes the group, like companies which really have to scrub their image. You incriminate yourself, rip. Yeah, just like Facebook when they became what was it called? Meta, right? Oh, we're in legal trouble. Let's rename. Yeah, every time somebody claims that advanced threat protection sucks, they rename. Or they renamed, and then we say, you know, Microsoft Defender for endpoint sucks, and they rename. They don't want the PR. They're just fighting the Google algorithm by renaming their product. That's what they're doing. They're fighting reviews. It ain't a bad review if it's the wrong product name. The future is hacking in VR at Meta. My former boss at the former company I worked at claims that, or says that, every country is going to be able to, or going to have to, and be able to compete internationally in terms of hiring people, just because of that, if Meta goes full Meta. So, you know, developers all over is going to be competing with developers from all over the world, and that's going to fuck up the entire thing, like in terms of pricing and stuff. I get that we can do that now, but it's going to be more accessible for companies if Meta becomes mainstream. Working from home is life, guys. Literally. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. I found this repository the other day. Let's see, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can find it. Give me a second. I posted it in the work chat, and the work chat is already full of stuff. Pretty cool repository. It's like I know there's a bunch of these. It's a collection of tools and stuff, but this one stood out because he had a good and detailed explanation of each of the tools, and it was very recently updated. Come on, where is it? From me, GitHub. Where is it? Where is it? You just sent full meta. See if I can find it. Tools, GitHub. My InfoSec Awesome, it's called. You guys probably all know about it, but it's this right here. Pretty cool. I just found this the other day, or I just stumbled into this. And he updated it yesterday. He added shadow coerce yesterday. And it's like really long, but it's really cool. Has a lot of stuff. Skelsec, you're 100% here. Yep, Pipecat is here. Rasta is probably here. Yep. The original Amsys combat for bypass gist. No, it's not a gist. Oh, well, maybe next stream I'll do Hack the Box. Who knows? I could probably do that. I would have to warm up a bit. Name on repo makes it 100% up. Awesome. My infosec awesome. Oh yeah. I think. Oh, maybe I'm in here. Woo, I'm here. Oh, I got more matches than Rasta Mouse. Flangvik, Rasta Mouse. Rasta only has 3 matches. Flangvik has 8 matches. Gotcha. Oh wow. Owned. I should act like that. That's why 100% I brought this up now. I think I'm gonna get off, guys. I think we actually streamed for quite a while. 1.5, that's decent. I'm happy with that. Especially since I didn't really have any major thing to talk about. We just talked about the news and stuff. And stuff for Reno. Yeah, there's no point of me streaming if Rastamas isn't watching. You know, what's my purpose? What is my purpose? Serve butter. Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump off. Thank you so much for joining in. Next time. yeah. He's gonna reach out to the My Infosec Awesome GitHub owner and be like, I need more of my tools here, dude. Have a great one, guys. Really appreciate you all joining in. See you all next Sunday. We'll see what we do. I'll try to come up with something. If you have any content, feel free to join feel free to join the Flangvik Discord. I'll try to make it more active, maybe host some stuff there, and then yeah, go make your tutorial video now. I'm sorry about that. I probably made a more fool of myself than your intuition of tool. Demo. Me struggling to connect to an SMB server with Octopus. I'll take it. It was cool. Sure. Whatever. We all struggle sometimes. It's okay. Have a great one, everybody. Monday tomorrow. Enjoy work. Yeah. See you later. Peace out.